his inadequately clad upper body against the driving rain. "I can't see her, can you?" he called. "Not yet," Anne called back. "What on earth is she doing out at this time of night? I'm sure it's little Jo. Oh, thank God. There she is." She stopped speaking. Jerry could see that she was shining the light from the torch onto her own face. "It's me, Jo, it's Anne," she said. "Don't be scared." Jerry hurried towards his wife. Joanna Ferguson, whom he knew to be just 6 years old, was half concealed by the wheelie bin she seemed to be trying to hide behind. Anne had reached for the little girl's hand and was trying to coax her out onto the pavement, speaking to her in that soothing, comforting way she had with children. Finally, Joanna stepped forward. Both Anne and Jerry knew her and the rest of the Ferguson family reasonably well, albeit as neighbours rather than friends. They had even occasionally babysat Jo and her twin brother, since they'd retired to Instow 7 years earlier and moved into the house next door to the Fergusons. Joanna looked to be in quite a state, her appearance worsened by the effects of the heavy rain. Now that she wasn't running, her blonde hair lay flattened to her head, lank and dark. She was sobbing uncontrollably. Her pyjamas were sodden. "What is it, darling?" asked Anne gently. "Whatever's wrong?" The little girl looked as if she was trying to speak, but didn't seem able to get any words out. Her breath came in short, sharp gasps. She was shaking from head to toe. Jerry wasn't sure whether that was just because of the cold and the rain, or something else, something more. He was beginning to think it was something more. He slipped off his jacket and, although the shoulders were already thoroughly damp, passed it to Anne. She stepped forward and took the jacket, then wrapped it and her arms around little Jo. "What's happened, darling?" she asked again. Again, the child seemed unable to reply. "Look, Joanna dear, we must get you into the warm," Anne continued. "Shall I take you home? Are Mummy and Daddy there? They wouldn't leave you on your own, I know that." The little girl stopped sobbing quite abruptly and looked up at Anne through wide eyes. Mummy is there. I want my mummy and Daddy," she stumbled. "I can't get to my The child's voice tailed off as she started to sob again. "You want Mummy and Daddy?" echoed Anne. "Yes, of course you do." Anne lifted the little girl up, keeping Jerry's jacket wrapped around her and pressing the child tightly against her upper body. "That's better, isn't it?" she soothed. "Your feet must be cold and sore, I should think. You've not even got your slippers on, have you?" The child did not reply, but her sobbing abated very slightly. "I think Mummy must be asleep," Anne continued. "Or she would never have let you wander off out into the street, would she? How did you get out of the house anyway, you little monkey?" Anne's voice was light, but then, of course it was, thought Jerry. Clearly, Anne's principal intention was to reassure the little girl and get her to safety. Jerry still had a lurking sense of unease, and felt sure Anne did too. He told himself that Jo's mother, Jane, must have failed to lock the front door properly, or something like that. Jane's husband, Felix, had told him how badly she was sleeping. He knew she had all sorts of problems in that regard. Maybe she'd been desperate for sleep and had taken a sleeping pill. More than likely, that's what she had done. "Is little Jo okay?" Jerry asked Anne quietly. "I think so, just frightened," replied his wife. A light suddenly appeared in the Morgan Smith's bedroom window, presumably as curtains had been pulled apart. Jerry realised he had left his headlights full on, and they were still directed at the house. He had been in such a hurry and so shocked by the appearance of the child in front of him in the road that he did not even switch the engine off. "Look, Jerry, I'm sure everything's fine," said Anne, still keeping her voice light. "Why don't you move the car before we wait the entire road? Go home. I'll call you if I need you. I'm sure I won't." Jerry felt doubtful, very doubtful. He did not share Anne's confidence. "No, you go home. I'll take Joanna back," he interrupted. "Don't be silly, Jerry. You have to..."